All right, today I'm going to show you how to use Apple's display removal heated fixture. Is it necessary? Doing third-party repairs, we're kind of used to opening things using a heat pad and maybe suction, things like that. If you're dealing with a cracked screen, this can be super useful. However, depending on the amount of cracks, this may or may not be as helpful. Then you got to put tape on the front of the screen, remove it. But the adhesive on newer models, iPhone 12s, 13s, 14s, 15s, a lot more difficult to remove the screen without cracking it. So if you just need to do a battery replacement, but you need to take the screen off to do that, this may reduce your chance of damaging that screen just to replace a battery. So very first, go ahead and remove your pentalobe screws. Now, if you forget to do this, you definitely will break the screen. So let's go ahead and take those out very first, just to get those out of the way. I would recommend doing that very first. All right, so this is our machine. Let's go ahead and turn it on. There's a toggle on the back, or we've activated the emergency switch, so we're just gonna toggle that out, and that's going to warm up. So what you need is this. They refer to this as a hot pocket. It basically just holds your device, clamps it in, and then heats up the frame of the device where the adhesive is at. So minimizing putting the heat on the areas of the phone that just simply don't need it. So here you're gonna see your camera hole cut out. You're gonna slide your phone into there, clamp it closed, and then this lowers and raises depending on the knob, which direction you turn it. Right now it's not as necessary. It's kind of in a standby mode, and it's just gonna sit there until you activate it by pushing this in. So you're gonna feel it clamp all the way in. Okay. Now it's gonna spend roughly 2 to 3 minutes heating up, and then it will beep at us when it's ready. So this is the suction. What Apple instructs, we don't have to put it all the way down yet. What they instruct is move it as close to the edge as possible. That way you're lifting right about where the adhesive is, versus here, it might attempt to suction and lift the screen up from the middle, but it's not gonna release it from the side, so you could end up damaging the display that way. So we're just gonna take a moment, we're gonna watch this heat up. At this point, when it's ready, it will beep very loudly at you, so it will be obvious when it's time to begin your work. All right, so actually what has happened is the time previous was getting the machine up to temperature, and so now it's going to spend 2 minutes actively heating the sides. So after these 2 minutes are up is where it will give you a loud beep indicating, okay, it's ready to begin taking off the screen. Okay. All right, it's at that point, obviously you're gonna hear a loud squeal. You basically have 15 minutes to attempt this process before the entire thing reheats, and you have to kind of start over the reheating process. So suction is down, clamp it, and what we're gonna do is slowly twist the knob at the top. So a quarter turn. I'm actually hands-free right now. We're gonna see if just natural suction, it's providing even, steady pressure up. We're gonna see it kind of slowly start to lift. I'm gonna do another quarter turn. There we go, I can actually see quite a bit lift. Perfect. So Apple recommends using their own thing. You can use a pick. Something like this though, where it will stop you from going in further than what's necessary. And then we're just gonna go around the perimeter. And as you can tell, this thing's fully open. So to release, do that. It generally comes off. If not, you can use a spudger. You're gonna hit this on the side. And be careful, because this can be hot. In my experience, if you're touching the black portions, it's not. If you're gonna touch the gold portion, that will be quite hot. So do that, unclamp it, Ready to slide your device out. Again, the device is warm as long as you're not touching it in some spots, so that got it out. Now, if this had tons of cracks on it, that might be more difficult, and you may want to put a layer of like masking tape over it so you can get actual good suction, but it did work. I haven't turned on the screen, but I imagine it works just fine, and that minimizes your risk of damaging the display when trying to replace something like a battery. Well, hope you've enjoyed. If you have any questions, let me know.